The heart and soul of neuroscience method of stopping stuttering has its roots in the work of many others far wiser than we. One such source was Émile Coué. Repeating suggestions were the core of his methods. There was substantial evidence that his methods enabled hundreds of people to cure all manner of physical ailments. Autosuggestion improves the memory, reduces or eliminates many pains, and replaces depression with joyful thoughts. Every day in every way, I am getting better and better. Recite this phrase like a litany. Allow the improved thinking to take control of your mind. Simply repeating and visualizing is classic Coué. After enough repetitions, you will reach your subconscious mind regardless. Only one thought is possible at any given time. One thought. Read the 59-page Émile Coué book, Autosuggestion, My Method. Practice the Coué autosuggestion techniques for 20 minutes or so daily.
Well, thank you, Coach Lee, for the great speech on the topic of autosuggestion. We are master of our thoughts, and autosuggestion, the positive autosuggestions, are the key to the door of fluency.
There is still resist from my subconscious mind in some area to address that what I do for autosuggestion.
All of us have habitual ways of thinking about things. Anything you do repeatedly becomes a habit. It's a concern with the opinions that other people have of us. Begins with that. Then that makes us think about our speech. And then we start thinking about individual words. Then we start fearing the words and our ability to say them. And then we block on the words. But if we don't do all of those steps, we will never stutter. Your habit of fearing and forcing words and blocking and so forth is a habit. It will be broken by repetition. It's changing the way we think. And my talk today focused on a host of ways to change your habitual thinking process. Repeating what you want to be your thoughts and visualizing yourself doing those things. Your mind has one thought at a time, but you've got to react to bad thoughts. You got to take them out. And this is true of non-stuttering issues as well. I have a headache, or I'm going to lie or cheat or hurt somebody. Whatever your negative thinking is, it's got to come out. You've got to override it. You've got to resist it. You've got to reject it. And it's repetition and visualization, repetition of the thought, the contrary thought you wish you had.
I'm really focusing on strengthening my mindset through daily autosuggestions. I have to replace my negative thoughts with positive ones and strive to be the best example that I, Cindy, can be. And I always laughed when I joined this program because Coach Lee said that I would someday see stuttering as a blessing. I said, how could I think stuttering would be a blessing? But anyways, I truly see that now. I wouldn't have met any of you. I wouldn't have met Coach Lee, any of my best buddies that helped me through every single day. So I just thank everyone for being part of this. I thank Coach Lee. Stuttering is just a P. What I have to work on is changing my mindset. And I'm doing it every day. I will for the rest of my life. So thank you all.
And the idea of visualizing success or visualizing your end outcome is an important one, because for law of attraction, it's less about the words that you say for your affirmations, but rather your feeling. There's a key phrase for law of attraction that says feeling is a secret. So the idea is whenever you're feeling good emotions, you're on the right track. And whenever you're feeling bad emotions, you're kind of just cutting yourself off from the source of the universe. Universe manifests in about the same rate. So it takes like the same amount of energy to manifest $1 as $1 million. It takes about the same amount of energy to manifest a little bit of fluency than complete fluency. So I think it's very timely, and auto-suggestions, they're really based in neuroscience, as what Cindy says. And I really appreciate the speech, and I got a lot of it. So thank you.
Thank you, Coach Lee, for your best life advice. Wow. If anyone will implement all your advice, nobody, I repeat, will be a stutterer. So, Coach Lee, thank you. You have done so much for all of us. You are a coach, you are a teacher, advisor, counselor, even parenting 101. Everything is in this package. I now have all the tips I need to live a life. So, Coach Lee, thank you so much for always giving us best life advice.
You're very
Thank you.
welcome, Helen. I want to tell you my mother's first name was Helen. So
Okay.
you and I have some form of kindred connection somewhere in the past. Any event, thank you for your kind words.
Lee, fantastic speech. As always, I really feel like anytime I listen to you live, it perks me back up and fills me with the inspiration I need for the day. My question to you is, hypothetical situation. I'm in a queue and I want to order some tacos, and that little voice in the head says, "Ooh, that tea's tricky." So what in your opinion is the best way in a live situation to address those negative voices?
You're in a queue to buy hamburgers or whatever, as you're saying. I love to be in the queue for hamburgers. I love to place my order for hamburgers. I love hamburgers. I'm going to come out of my shell. I'm going to be an extreme example of myself, and I'm going to smile the entire time that I speak. And when you smile, as I've said here before, you send a message to every one of your 30 trillion cells, a positive message. So have a pleasant expression. It'll take some thought to do it, I guarantee you that. You can't be thinking about stuttering when you're thinking about being pleasant. You can't be a stutterer when you're thinking about coming out of your shell. When you're thinking about being an extreme example of yourself, you can't be a stutterer, and you won't be a stutterer. Come out of your shell. Come out and stay out. Shakespeare said all the world's a stage, and all the men and women simply players, and every one plays in his time, plays many parts. He was talking about you, Cade, and he was talking about me and everybody here. The world is a stage, mate. You're on it, and so am I. And so is everybody here. And I'm happy to be here, and I know you are too. And I'm going to do my bit. It may not be as good as some, it may be better than a few. Whatever. My best is what I'm going to do. And you know what? When I do my best, I'm going to achieve most of my reasonable goals. And so are you.
When I first started here 6 weeks ago, I had loads of negative thoughts as well. Since I've been using the auto-suggestion as well as my reading and stuff like that, I have improved immensely. I give myself a year in this program, and it has not going to be like that because I stopped stuttering within 5 days of this program. This week, with Noah, I have completed my StopStutter story. And if anyone has any doubt about this program, I would say just keep going and going until it improves. The more practice you do, the better it will be. Okay.
Congratulations, Paul, on becoming PWS. And so I really follow your journey, and it is quite inspirational. And there's a lot to learn from your journey.
Michael Jackson, Muhammad Ali, and many of the world's greatest performers had one thing in common. Okay, they believed in themselves long before the world believed in them. Michael Jackson reportedly visualized his performances repeatedly, right? And he mentally saw himself performing with confidence, precision, and success. And that wasn't just wishful thinking, it was mental training, right? So mind training is very important. And I would just like to, echo what Émile Coué says. We have free choices to accept or reject thoughts. Nothing compels us to think anything except our own desires. Use your mental switch and dictate your thoughts. Believe you can improve, and you will.
And that's a wrap up for today's meeting. But we learned that we can dictate our thoughts and we can change our life by thinking positively. So let's conclude today's meeting with our affirmation that if we can say one word anywhere, anytime, we can say any word anywhere, anytime. So until next Saturday, have a great weekend.
Unlock your voice with StopStutter.